Hey, this will be a video chart on ticker symbol EVSV. We will take a look at the daily time frame. Before I get started, I would like to note to please check my disclaimer. This was probably one of the best charts in Pennyland today. Just massive trading volume, massive price action, and one of those where if you're watching it, just lots of positive action could have been taken from it. And just from a charting perspective too, not only is it a nice looking chart, now it makes a nice little example. Real quick, you look down there, a couple of bottoming doji candles, and now you can see that the bounce is well underway. And not only is the bounce underway, it's now starting to work on a reversal. So the chart has definitely made progress, and these two bottoming candles here, perfect example of how you want to keep your eyes out for dojis. And then from there on out, higher lows has been the name of the game, and that's going to kind of be the theme throughout this chart is higher lows. And as long as that remains the case, then the chart is going to remain bullish and in the long's favor. So first thing I want to point out is didn't close up at the high where it was, but when you stop and think about it and just look at the volume and so forth, it makes total sense. You look back here and see a pretty big volume day, and this isn't even counting any of these days, keep in mind, but just focusing on this day here, you can see the highest it went that day was 008, lowest it went was 0056. In other words, lots and lots of shares were accumulated on this day below a penny. Not only below a penny, but below 008, because like I said, 008 was the high. So when you have a breakout like this on today and it gets up to 0.013 as the high, of course these people are going to want to start to lock in some profits. No shame in that, but it's not like this doesn't make any sense. It's not like there hasn't been any accumulating going on and then all of a sudden you get a candle like this. There has. This is just profit taking, and that's just part of the game. But the good thing about this upwards shadow here on the candle is that you should look at it as like a cleansing process, meaning when it was fighting up through here, it was starting to knock out all the people that accumulated down in this area here, especially on that day right there. Sure, it did get knocked back down, but with another strong volume day like today, I would venture to guess, and it makes completely good logical sense that it should be a quicker journey back upwards because this cleansing day right here, knocking out all those profit takers, has already happened. So, again, from a technical perspective, any chartist would tell you that that is a very logical conclusion when you see that a bunch of shares were accumulated, below where this big breakout was. So, no harm, no foul there. Of course, that assumes that as higher lows continue to happen, which has not been a problem since these bottoming candles back here. But when you have all these shares being purchased, it only makes, especially, and then you throw in the fact, I forgot about that, but throw in the fact that it was Friday, people want to lock in some profits. So that is my explanation behind why this upper shadow formed on the candle today. So where are the key levels of support? Where do you want to see it continue to put in higher lows? This right here is the overall trend line. And when I say overall, I mean as long as the price can maintain above this level, then a reversal is going to happen. I'm not saying it will come down here, but if it were to come down here and bounce, head back up, bounce, head back up, bounce, head back up, you get the point. This is a reversal and an uptrend. So that's why this resistance line is very important. Not resistance, excuse me, support trend line. I'll say that again. Support trend line is important because that is going to be the measure of any sort of reversal. Shorter term support levels, meaning while these are levels of support, if it were to fail, no need to freak out or anything like that, is going to be right around the 008 area. You can see acted as support there, and then resistance a couple days in a row. So this is another area of support. Going to leave that line skinny green because while it is technically a level of support, again, the big one that you want to watch is here, this overall trend line that was formed from these two bottoming candles. Now for the fun stuff, resistance levels, where do we want to see the price break above? There is a level of resistance right here. I know the price did break above it intraday, and that's at a penny, so no surprise from a charting and psychological perspective. That's always going to be a level of resistance. And as you see, when a big volume hits it, I don't foresee this putting up much of a fight. But again, technically speaking, it is a level of resistance, so I want to get it pointed out. One of the bigger levels of support is going to be up here, and we'll call that right around the 0.015 area. You can see acted as a previous level of support and then has since converted into resistance. So a bunch of times of support here and then acted as resistance at that point. And then after 0.015, things really kind of go into almost a miniature blue sky breakout, as the next level of resistance isn't until up in the 2 cent area. So one step at a time, obviously, one resistance break at a time. but the point being there is some nice potential in the chart if this uptrend can continue and these resistance levels can be broken. So overall, great looking chart. Let me know if you have any questions on it. If not, thanks for listening and have a great weekend.